Hi, in this video I'm going to work through number 1b. So I've already done A and written the balanced chemical equation. I have also already sorted the numbers that were given to me in the problem, so I know which numbers are applied to which chemicals, and I can see that I'm going to use the two reactants and I'm not going to really use the products in this equation, except that I had to know them in order to balance the equation. All right, so I'm going to start with the substance that I know about. It's the one that I don't have my question mark for. And so this is what you do in a titration. You react something that you know about with something that you don't know about in order to learn about that thing. So I need to find moles for this. I'm just going to, in my head, convert this to liters because that's going to give me a unit that matches. All right, so I'm actually going to use those two, and I'm using a rearranged version of an equation that is on the reference packet. So I'm going to do moles of NaOH is equal to the molarity times the volume. On your reference packet, you have molarity is equal to moles divided by volume. So I'm going to put in those two numbers that I have for NaOH. Because these two numbers are both go with NaOH, I can use them together. So just going to multiply these two numbers together. And that is going to get me moles of NaOH. So another thing that can help you to get started is when you see two numbers that are related by of, so like the 19.46 milliliters of this concentration of NaOH, you're usually going to use those two numbers together. So that's what I did in my first step here. And that get me moles of NaOH. In a second step, I'm going to go from moles of NaOH to moles of H2SO4. I'm going to use my answer from the last part. And then I'm just going to set up the type of conversion that we normally do, where I put the unit that I already have on the bottom and the unit that I want on the top. And what I'm going to use here are the coefficients from the balanced chemical equation. So the 2 and the 1, I'll match them up with the units that I laid out. And so that's going to get me an even smaller number here. So now I have that number in H2SO4. So that's why we needed the balanced chemical equation in order to find out what those two numbers were. And then the last step is I'm supposed to calculate the molarity. What we have right now is moles. So make sure you're using abbreviations where you can tell the difference between moles and molarity. So remember that molarity is moles per liter. I didn't say that as I was writing here, but I did convert my my capital M for molarity into moles over liters. And so that can help as a reminder that molarity is equal to moles over volume. It has to be the volume in liters. And so I'm going to put the moles that I got from the last step in here. That's my moles of H2SO4. And then I have to use that with the volume of the H2SO4 solution, which was given in the problem. And I'm just going to convert that into liters also before I plug it in. So that's going to give me my answer. I get 0.0610 molar H2SO4. Hope that helps. The rest of the problems in this assignment follow the same pattern for steps 1 and steps 2. For questions 1, 2, and 3, step 3 is like this. For the other two questions, you are given the molarity and you are solving for the volume. So you're going to use moles and molarity to solve for volume in questions 4, 5, and 6.